Hey there, it's David H. Lawrence the 17th, and today we mark the beginning of our second month of these. This is video number 32. You may be seeing this out of order, most likely you are, but I made a commitment to do a video a day for the entire year, and so that's what I'm doing. Today, I want to talk to you about motivation, and more importantly, something that we fly right by every single time we hear this phrase. I just don't feel like it. I need to feel like it. I read this article at the Harvard Business Review by Heidi Grant. She wrote it back in 2014, and it's just awesome. As I said in the blog post where this video is on votogogo.com, it's just so juicy. And there's this one piece of it. There's lots of cool stuff in it. I'm going to share more stuff from the article in future videos, but in this particular case, I was just struck by how oddly easy to understand this concept was. There's a book called The War of Art. It's a take on the title The Art of War by Sun Tzu, but it's actually by Steven Pressfield, who is a writer. He wrote The Legend of Bagger Vance. He looks at that as one of his big accomplishments. He also wrote King Kong 3, and he's embarrassed to say that he did that. So he had some good and he had some bad, and he continues to do great. But in The War of Art, he talks about the beast of resistance, the monster that is resistance to simply sitting down and doing work. And sometimes we fall prey to this idea that the only way we can get something done is if we feel like getting something done. And we'll use that as an excuse. Well, I need to be motivated. I need to feel like I need to do it. Now, look, it's great to feel motivated. But who is it that I read in the... she quotes Chuck Close, who is an artist. And he observes, inspiration is for amateurs. The rest of us just show up and get to work. Whatever your feelings about Woody Allen, he also said 90% of show business is showing up. Lots of people have said, the hard part, I think it was James Cagney that said the hard part is showing up, hitting your mark, and doing the work. And that's all you really need to worry about. But if you let the idea that, today I'm just not into it. Anyway, if you let that get to you, if you use that as a reason for doing work, you will cut your work output by 2/3. Because let's face it, not everybody feels great about the idea of doing things. Now, in this series of videos, I've done, so far, this is the 32nd one, as I said, and I haven't felt a single whit of, I don't want to do this. I'm dead sure that at some point in the future, really, why did I do this? Why did I, And so I want you to ask yourself, when you find yourself kind of resisting the idea of moving forward on something or taking the next step or even getting started with something or adjusting things or doing more work on something. A lot of these things are big processes. They have little tiny steps that you take. You get to step 17. You go, I just don't feel it. Yeah, I just don't feel it. So like she quotes a gentleman by the name of Oliver Burkeman. He wrote a book called The Antidote, Happiness for People Who Can't Stand Positive Thinking, which I think is an awesome title. He said, who says you need to wait until you feel like doing something in order to start doing it? Who says that? And it is not a simple, just do it. What it is acknowledging that you feel that way, sitting in that for a moment, going, yeah, I don't feel like it. But, and I'm going to talk about this in a future video, using the concept that we talked about before, if then, if this, then what? To kind of get past that. If I do this, then what's my reward? And if I don't do this, then what will I have to deal with? What will the consequences of that choice be? So when you find yourself in a situation where you just don't feel like it, just think about that for a moment and see if that doesn't change your mind. I'd love to hear from you in the comments below if you've encountered that before, how you've dealt with it, whether it's something that rears its ugly head on a regular basis. It's called Resistance by Steven Pressfield. It's called Feelings by Oliver Burkeman. It's called Lack of Inspiration, That's for Amateurs by Chuck Close. whatever the thing is that you call it, I'd love to hear in the comments. Please let me know what this means to you in your life, and if this helps you. I'd really love to know that too. If you want to know when these videos come out, if you want to be notified, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Just click on my head there. There's no head. There's a subscribe button somewhere. Go on YouTube and get that. And if you want to see the latest video that I put out, go ahead and click on that frame right there, and it'll play it for you, because they're really good about that sort of thing. I'm David H. Lawrence the 17th. I thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you tomorrow.